All right, guys, we're in trouble today. So this is the semifinal of the FA Cup. We are on the road against Manchester City. And because it's the FA Cup, we've got like 6 players who are cup tied. So we have to start not necessarily our first choice squad. Remember, Maradona is out with an injury. I think he'd be cup tied anyway, though, so I don't think he could play anyway. And I'm not sure what we're gonna do to win this match. If we are gonna win this match, we'll see what happens. But this is probably going to be pretty ugly. This is a big test to see if the tactic can see us through. That's what we can treat this as. So if you're new, we're playing with the World Super League mod on. And, Haaland with the header that just misses. We also have a lot of classic players, great players of the past as well, who we have spent enormous amounts of money on. And we have a tactic that I came up with in my Taiwan save that is strikerless. That's just kind of funny. And Martinez with a good save. Ronaldo heads his forward to Pogba. Good. Over to Pele, and he can't quite save it or knock it out far enough. And anyway, we are in trouble in this match because we don't have like anybody on the bench, and we have a couple players here who are tired. I think especially Mason Mount is looking a little bit exhausted, and I think Pele too is playing like the. I think we saved him the last match. Actually, I think he didn't play if I remember right. Leviashin grabs this one up out of the sky. Ronaldo to Pogba to Pele. We haven't had much of an attacking movement so far in this game. We're about 20 minutes into it. Of course, yesterday we lost to Bayern Munich in the league on the road, which is fine. We'll probably be fine. We'll probably still win the Premier League, which is the important part. But winning this FA Cup would really be nice for our bank account. Mason Mount with the corner, and that is grabbed by the keeper, and so no more of that. Speaking of our bank account, the problem that we have is I kind of put this into 900 million euros worth of debt, which is not something that will solve itself. Terry here, over to De Vici, up to Bobby Charlton, and he almost runs out of bounds. Over to Edwards, back to Charlton, and it goes back to Terry, over to Pogba. Pogba winds up and takes a shot. It doesn't quite work. And then he fouls the guy from behind. That was kind of silly from Pogba, but there's no card, so I guess it's okay. We're kind of having some trouble there in midfield. We knew that this was going to be a hard match. I mean, this is going to be a hard match even if we were at full strength, but not being at full strength kind of hurts us. And here's the big man, Haaland, over to Phil Foden. Foden crosses back to Bernardo, and Leviashin makes an excellent save. So we've been able to stop them from getting a goal in so far. Foden with the corner, and it's headed out by Martinez, and I think we're going to get to halftime without giving up a goal. Yes, we will. And so it's halftime now, and we've made it this far. It's a fun match. There's only been 3 minutes of actual video time. Pele not exactly having a great time. De Vici having a poor match. And so we're going to probably take De Vici out of whatever idiotic role we have him in. How did he end up there? I think what happened is I asked the computer manager for advice, which is something you should never do. We should have probably Ryan Giggs out there since he actually is a good player. So we make that save quickly, and looking through just to see. So I'm turning my head to look past the microphone. Mason Mount is going to come out. We'll put Dennis Law on, and we'll see how this goes. So 45 more minutes of this. We're hoping we can steal in a goal. That would be ideal. If we could steal one away, that would be excellent. De Vici here with this. Edwards, and Bernardo wins that, and Edwards fouls him from behind. No yellow card. So if there's no yellow card, I don't care. You can foul all you want. But that always makes me a little bit nervous. Ronaldo with the free kick, and that's just out. Boy, oh boy, that was close. So now let's see if we can win this back. There's nobody even guarding him. How do you leave Foden that far open? Who is it? I think it was Giggs out there who wasn't playing defense at all. Kovacic's shot is off of Haaland, which is kind of funny. And so we were able to win that in the end, but we've been under a lot of pressure so far in this match. We need something good to happen here eventually. Yeah, you see De Vici, if you're paying attention to that rating, De Vici's rating's gone up after we put him in a position he can actually play. So sometimes, even when it comes to the biggest team, like the computer manager will make a recommendation on your squad selection that makes no sense, and that's exactly what we've seen there. Now, the other thing that could be be a saving point for us is if this got to penalties. If we got to penalties, I think we have a good chance of winning. Edwards back for Law, and that shot is saved. So not able to get one in there. We're 80 minutes in. It's going to be Bobby Charlton here with the corner. Far post. There he goes to the far post, and Trésor can't get his head onto that, unfortunately. But we have men back, and so with these men back, we're able to prevent that counterattack. And Giggs, unfortunately, was not able to challenge that, but that doesn't matter. Leviashin wins it anyway. And so let's see what we can do from here. We're looking okay. Some guys are looking a little tired, but I think they're hanging in there. Bobby Charlton here knocks us forward near post, and it doesn't quite work. Law wins this in the back over to Giggs. They're trying to tell me to take Pele off, not in your life, especially if we think this might go to penalties. We're not going to take him off. Giggs in the back with this over to Law, and that's almost a goal. That almost broke the ice. So 85 minutes now into the match, and we almost stole one away. The fans are going to be happy with this. Everybody coming to this match predicted that we're going to lose. The fans, the board, everybody thought that, we don't stand a chance. We've gone 86 minutes without giving up a goal. I think that they'll be pleased that we've gone so long. We just hope we don't give up a goal here at the very end, and it is extra time. So extra time is something that I think that we can just sort of push through. I'm looking through this and thinking, is there anybody else on the bench that needs to come on? I don't think so. I mean, George Best, I don't trust him that much at this point. So, let's just move forward and hope that we can get through 30 minutes of extra time without conceding a goal. That is the point. We're not changing anything in the tactic. We're not going to go defensive. We're going to keep doing what we've been doing because it's been working. And Trésor over to De Vici, to Edwards, back to Martinez, to Edwards. That's really dangerous. To Giggs now. Giggs launches this forward to Bobby Charlton, and he's got a couple men. Law over to Pogba, and unfortunately, Paul's shot is a little bit too high. And so, that's not quite good enough. But it's something, and that's at least it's not. This isn't going the other way. That's the thing. So we got to just believe in ourselves. We've done well to get things this far. And hopefully, as I said, if we can get to penalties, I like our chances just looking at the guys that we have on the roster. Everybody's going to be tired, but it doesn't really matter. But we have to get there first. Pogba with a good tackle to Ronaldo to Pele, and it's taken off of him. Pele trying to win it back is not successful, and we are successful, however, in forcing a really bad shot from City from a long range. And so we'll bring it here the other way. You're probably wondering why I'm not taking off these guys who don't have hearts left. And the reason why is because we're going to go to penalties. And Ake fouls Ronaldo from behind. Just hope that nobody's sent off. That's the one thing I kind of worry about. Ronaldo here with Charlton, with the free kick. He'll just pop this up a little bit over to Law. And can't quite find him. So we have 10 minutes left now, and we just have to make sure they don't score. Now, De Vici with the throw to Law, back to De Vici. Goes all the way back to Leviashin, over to Trésor. Trésor finds Pogba, and it's taken off of him, and here's Grealish, and this is a problem to Mattheus, back to Grealish, and fortunately, we were able to deflect that one. That was an issue. And we were able, fortunately, to prevent that one from getting back and getting through. I tell you, I thought that a match like this in extra time, that it would take a whole bunch of video time and all this stuff, but we just haven't had much by way of highlights. We've kind of evened each other out. Let's hold on here. De Vici with a good save over to Pele. Pele has it just taken away from him. He's had a poor match. I don't understand, and Phillips scores. Calvin Phillips scores, and that's really, really poor from our defense. They left him wide open. It was like Moses parting the Red Sea there. That's insane. Look at this. We have guys back. And they're running back, and instead of going to guard the player, they decide to play for the pass. This is ridiculous. Someone's got to get in front of him, and nobody does, and it was Pele's mistake that cost us. And we're in trouble now. I think we're going to lose. We need to get a goal back to force this to penalties. It's De Vici with it over to Edwards, down to Trésor. And there's going to be fines at the end of this one. Pele with another poor performance. He's the one who's making me most upset. Sheena over to De Vici, to Edwards, back to De Vici to Pogba. Pogba to Pele, up to Law, down to Ronaldo. Forward to Giggs. Giggs over looking for Pele and just can't find him. And so it's more poor play from the guy who's supposed to be our big star. and the guy who I refused to take off. And it's Grealish again over to Matthews, who's wide open. Fortunately, his shot is not even close to being on target, but we just don't have any time left. That's the problem. And it's Lev Yashin here for the final few seconds of this, and this will go down as a loss because the whistle is going to sound in a couple seconds here, and we just don't have it in us. We don't have it in us to try any further. And so we've lost here, and there goes the FA Cup dream. We had a 1.26 XG, which is surprising for a match away from home. We actually played pretty well, and it just wasn't to be. Fines are incoming, and I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.